Yes. Welcome back to On the Shelf Gaming. God, I love walls. So good. Let's see. I think. Oops. It annoys me to have to do like the trim stuff, but the fact that it still gets the full number of points. It's like it's hard to complain too much.
Yeah, it's like fine. You win this round, Real Estate Sim.
Hell yeah. We are nailing this as always.
Fuck yeah, brother. I have a question for you.
Sup, bro?
Do you think you swear too much?
Define too much.
Like if you heard if you spoke to somebody else who talked exactly like you do, you would think, wow, that guy swears too much.
No, I don't.
Fuck yeah. I can't say the same. I think I swear way too much.
Nailed it!
Hell yeah! That's our patent, brother!
No, here's the thing, right? I think I swear a lot. For sure.
Right.
I don't think there's any, like, room for debate on that one at all. And so if by too much we're just being like, yeah, do you swear a lot? Definitely the answer is yes. That's awful steep. There's no way they're going to agree, but you got to double check. If we unload this thing at 370, we're going to make a fortune.
I don't know, bro.
I'll have to say no.
Yeah, I didn't figure it. It was worth a shot. But, yeah, no, because that's one of those things. Ooh, this one, though.
Now, this one we might be able to squeak our way in.
And if we can have two actual good houses at the same time, we're going to make a fucking mint.
Hell yeah, brother.
If we can walk forward.
Did it break?
There we go.
Oh, there we are.
Oops. Sorry. Didn't mean to run into you. The controller was broken. The keyboard, whatever. Hell yeah!
Dude, we're gonna make a mint.
Let's, yeah.
But
yeah, no, like, I think if you swear too much, that to me would mean, like, you're swearing in situations where it would be inappropriate to swear. Versus just, like, you swear all the time.
That's fair. That's a fair way. That's an interesting way to look at it, because most people do just look at it as like, oh, you say fuck every other sentence, you know. But I guess that's also a fair way to look at it, is whether or not you are able to not swear when it would be inappropriate.
Right.
That's fair. I haven't looked at it that way. In which case, maybe I don't swear too much, because I definitely am able to not swear when I'm not supposed to.
Right.
Like, I've never had an issue with that. I just also, every time I can swear, I don't even think about it.
Because I fucking love it.
I really do. So I assume you wouldn't agree that swearing is a sign of, like, low intelligence or poor vocabulary?
Oh, no, for sure.
Because that's the classic.
That doesn't tell you literally anything. When I was in high school, there was a girl, I don't know why she even, I mean, I do literally know why. Crandon was friends with her boyfriend at the time, which is why she came over. But she only came over when he was there to just, like, shit talk us as people that were younger than her for cursing. And it's like, yeah, that's just, you say, oh, well, it makes you seem unintelligent. It's like, oh, that's just because you're a stuck-up bitch. Like,
right.
You don't know literally anything about any of us.
Right. I'm reminded of a time when I was in high school. Because pretty much, I don't know about you, I started swearing when I was in middle school.
Yeah, same.
I never swore, in fact, and this is cringy as hell. I used to, because in 5th grade, I had the illusion of swearing. And, do you think our work day is over? Do you think we still sell this house?
Surely, since we're already here, right?
Okay,
yeah,
good.
We're good. Even 50?
Thanks, but I'll decline.
How?
Even
I'll
48?
say no.
Even 46?
This is the perfect fit.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what we spent on that one, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
That one was shit anyway, so.
I used to radio edit myself, where instead of swearing, like I was like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'd be like, man, I don't give a what you think. And I would do that with my whole chest.
I remember hearing you tell me that story before.
Anyway, I was in high school at the time, and I was talking to like 2-3 guys. And one of these guys I would definitely describe as someone who swears too much in the context of he doesn't know when he's not supposed to swear.
Right.
As this story kind of proves. We were all talking, and we're just, I don't remember what we're talking about, but something dirty, and so we're all swearing and saying fuck and all that.
Right.
And some old lady from the office comes by, and she's like, I was standing just over there, and I have heard all 4 of you yelling cuss words at the top of your lungs. You all need to stop. And me, being the disabler of situations, I would say, I apologize. We'll tone it down. You won't hear it again. And she left.
Right.
As was the goal. But then one of these guys just starts making fun of me, calling me a pussy, and he's like, oh man, you bent the knee. Like, did you hear how pathetic he was? He said, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'll never swear again. Oh, let me lick your pussy. And I'm like, hey, you notice how she's fucking gone?
Right. It's like, you notice how we're not in trouble right now? You're welcome for that, by the way.
And he's like, well, we weren't in trouble. And it's like, no, we absolutely were. You just didn't care.
Right.
But I didn't want it to escalate to us being in actual trouble, so I went ahead and disabled the situation.
No.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
We'll grab this one more here. Why not? Why shouldn't we have untold riches, you know?
I agree.
But yeah, no, that's definitely one of those things. Some people just don't...
They don't have a
They
filter.
can't fathom the idea that, like, yeah, there are just times when you just shouldn't be doing that.
Well, it's my freedom of speech. And it's like, okay, 1, that's not what that means. 2, like, yes, you literally can swear, but you just kind of shouldn't sometimes.
Right.
And
it's
that
not like this
should
is-
not be a mind-blowing idea.
Right. It's not like that's some, like, unknown thing. Everybody, for the most part, unless they're just, like, all in on not swearing at all, pretty much everybody agrees. Yeah, there's some times when it's not appropriate.
That's everything. Like, that is, like, the most, like, time and place for everything.
Right.
That is one of the most basic preschool-ass lessons you'll ever learn.
No, 100%. But it just, it doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't register to some people.
I don't know. I'm not to sit here and say I'm perfect, and I never make that mistake of, oh, well, there was a time and place for that, and it's whenever I say so. You know, we all make that mistake.
Oh, for sure.
For me, swearing has never been that thing where I screw it up on.
No, for sure. That's one of those, it's generally pretty easy to tell.
Right.
And if you're not doing it, it's just because you're being stupid.
Right. I had a lot of stupid friends in high school. Did I tell you about their senior prank?
Mm-mm. Oh, well, maybe, actually.
Well, we had, like... My year was so big, and we all hated each other. So we could not, for the life of us, figure out one senior prank. We had, like, 17 different senior pranks.
Right.
And 2 of them were the worst ones results-wise. And one of them was orchestrated by my circle of friends. So, the one that they didn't do, I think one of my friends participated in, but the one they didn't do is we're like, all right, we're all bringing our pets to school. Well, that lasted until about 9:20 when someone's dog got tagged in the fucking parking lot.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, didn't make it.
Aw.
So, yeah, that one... They didn't, like, let school out early, but, like, half of the student body was kicked out of school for the day. Pretty sure they straight up made an announcement on the intercom. They were like, if you have a pet with you, you need to leave or you will not be walking at graduation.
For something more costly.
So there was that. And then there was the one my dumbass friends fucking came up with.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big wooden statue of a Viking outside our fucking gym.
Mm-hmm.
That was like dead bolted to the wall. Their genius fucking plan was to block off the hallway while like a dozen or so of them fucking cut it off of the wall with fucking bolt cutters. dragged it to the pool,
Hell yeah.
and threw it into the pool.
Jesus.
Would you believe that they all had quite the monetary investment into the school after that?
I am not at all surprised to hear that.
Ugh. And those are the people that I fucking hung out with. So even though I had nothing to do with it,
I'm
people were looking
inclined
at
to
me
think
like an idiot. And I'm like, hey, if you're calling me an idiot for hanging out with them, I guess you got me on that one.
But if you're calling me an idiot for being involved, that was not my thing.
Well, and I can't even say I didn't know about it, because, like, the ringleader had floated the idea a few weeks
Thanks,
prior.
but I'll
And I
decline.
told him, hey,
Thanks, but I'll
that's
decline.
property damage.
Right.
You're going to have to
No
pay a
thanks.
bunch of money. And he said, I got money. I can handle it. And I'm
Oh no,
like,
they don't want it no more.
fucker.
I didn't want to sell to you anyway.
God, and there's nothing... I knew he was full of shit, too, because I was like, you have no fucking money.
Right.
Case in point, he didn't.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm paying for everybody. If we all get taken down, I'm paying for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what didn't happen?
Sorry, but I had budgeted for something more expensive.
Yeah, I get it. Our properties aren't good enough for you because I sold the good house.
Yes.
Did you have a senior prank, or are Texans too goody for that?
No, they
Christians.
They definitely do that kind of stuff here. I don't recall us doing anything like that. If they did, I wasn't involved and never heard about it. Come on, give me big money. And even 50, that's fair, right?
Thanks, but I'll decline.
I don't know. In the comments, did you guys have senior pranks? Because, like, I keep getting mixed signals on whether or not that's a common thing or not. Because some people are like, oh yeah, my senior prank, it was legendary. They still talk about it. And then other places are like, what's a senior prank? I've never heard of
Right.
that.
That's just on TV.
Yes, let's look at this option.
All right, now if we can just get to the actual good house, it's $200,000. We'll have almost $1 million.
Oh, yeah. Another senior prank that my year did. This one also ended really poorly. For one person in particular. It was like everyone brought their bikes, scooters, and skateboards and shit, and were like riding them like through the campus. And I guess at some point in the afternoon, some guy who was going like 15 miles an hour down a way, this girl comes out of her classroom, smacks right into each other, and that girl broke her fucking collarbone.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, my year was really, really stupid. There was one time, and like, thankfully, the rest of us were normal human beings and disabled the situation. But I was sitting in a class one time, and everyone hated this fucking teacher because this teacher was as old as time. Like, since the first school was built, she had been teaching. and so she just had a lot of old-fashioned ways of doing things.
Right.
And no one fucking... And it was a classical literature class, so already no one wanted to be there. But she... Just no one fucking liked her. And at one point, she's kind of razzing this kid who... he was completely in the wrong. And she was just kind of razzing him in her old-fashioned way. And at one point, he stands up, goes and opens the door, and tells her, well, why don't we step outside and we'll handle this? We'll step outside and we'll handle this. This lady's like 90,000 years old.
Right.
And so we all turned to him and he's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And then he left after that. And I don't think he came back to that class again.
I'm shocked.
I fucking saved that teacher's career, though. Because like I said, we all hated her. I never really hated any of my teachers because I was just like, I'm not invested enough in school.
Right.
So I was fine with her. We were reading through Dante's Inferno. And on the last day of like that course, we took this big test. And she said, and this is on Chromebooks, and she said, and at the end of the test, I included a link to a Dante's Inferno cartoon that you guys can watch. I had gotten really into Dante's Inferno. I thought it was really cool. I really liked it. And so I happened to finish first. And so I clicked on the link. And it takes me to like watchanime.com. And I said, hold on a fucking second. And, like, she is so lucky because, like, a week before, I'd been like, hey, I wonder if there's just any media for Dante's Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this like, OVA that was based on the Dante's Inferno video game. And so I had watched that, like, a week before. And, like, clearly, she had not watched more than 30 seconds. Because the first 30 seconds is just Dante on a horse, like, talking, like, this, reciting the opening lines from Dante's Inferno. Right. And so she must have saw that and stopped. And I know she must have saw that and stopped, because if she had watched even 10 seconds more, she would have seen a bunch of demons with their titties out coming to attack Dante as he ripped them limb from limb in epic, gory anime fashion.
Right.
And it didn't bother me. I guarantee it wasn't going to fucking bother any of us. We're all high school students.
You'd be surprised, though.
Well, I know...
There's always someone out there.
Well, I knew that there was always somebody in that class who would have been like, oh, I could fucking get her for this. Mm-hmm. And then they'd go crying to the principal that they haven't slept in 3 days because the teacher put gore porn in front of her as part of her assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And I saved her ass. I went up and I said, hey... So you need to remove that link right now before anybody else clicks on it. And then I showed her, like, the immediate following scene. And so she's just scrambling to take it off. And she's like, as I'm walking back to my desk, she's like, everyone, you can just forget about that cartoon. It's stupid. It's not what we want to watch. And they were like, dude, why'd you stop her? And I'm like, because I just didn't want to see an old lady get fired. Like, sorry that I'm just such an asshole, guys.
Damn, bro. What a piece of shit you are.
I know.
Not letting kids have fun.
You'll have fun getting a teacher fired.
The classic. Oh, wait, actually, let's just slap a bed down. Boom, max power.
Did you ever see a teacher get fired?
Not in person.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, did you ever hear about teachers getting fired?
Well, yeah.
What'd they get fired for?
Most of them for underperformance. One guy got fired because he was sleeping with a student.
Me too.
You got fired because you were sleeping with a student?
Not me. I had a gym teacher who was.
Hey, this was a coach also.
Why is it always a gym coach? Because I remember when we made that fucking video with, like, in Mass Effect, if they were, like, Mass Effect squad mates, if they were working at a school, who would do what. And, like, when we got to the football coach, we put, well, you didn't. I put, with your permission... as one of the bullet points of what a gym coach, what a football coach is non-zero chance of being a pedophile.
Yeah.
Because now that I think of it, I had 2 fucking gym teachers who slept with students. And neither of them were the hot one.
That's so not relevant.
I know, but, like, there's that sick part of me that's always weird, and it's like, man, how is it the fucking ugly, balding, fat gym teacher that's bagged some fucking high school girlfriend, and not the actual attractive ones that I would sleep with if I were underage? Like, I'm just saying, he would have to try a little harder to get me to date him.
You always know just what to say, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro. It's a
gift. Is it time for next time on the shelf gaming time?
Close enough. Next time on the shelf gaming.